On the 27th of August 1991, General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida retired, pronounced the establishment or creation of Osun State out of the old Oyo State. And the creation was among several other states created. 31 years on, how has the journey been? Tonight we take you through through a journey, how the journey has been. We take you on a voyage round the journey from 1991 to the year 2022. Good evening and welcome to Datelines tonight. Oluwatoyin Yusuf is my name. First, the hard news core segment of the package for tonight, and as usual, exactly 1 month to the commencement of campaigns for the Presidential and National Assembly elections, the Independent National Commission (INEC) has warned political parties and candidates against the use of masquerade, public facilities, and religious centers for campaigns. The Commission asked political parties to align strictly with the provisions of the Electoral Act to avoid sanctions as stipulated by the Act. INEC had fixed September 28 for the commencement of campaigns for the Presidential and National Assembly, while the elections will hold on the 25th of February next year. Relying on Section 92 of the Electoral Act 2022, INEC National Commissioner and the Chairman of his Committee on Information and Voter Education, Mr. Festus Okoye, said that the law expected political campaigns to be civil and devoid of abuse. Okoye further said that Section 92 of the Electoral Act makes it mandatory that a political campaign or slogan shall not be tainted with abusive language directly or indirectly likely to injure religious, ethnic, tribal, or sectional feelings. According to Okoye, subsection 3 states that places designated for religious worship, playstations, and public offices shall not be used for political campaigns, rallies, and processions, or to promote, propagate, or attack political parties, candidates, or their programs or ideologies. Okoye also warned that masquerade shall not be employed or used by any political party, aspirant, or candidates joining political campaigns or for any other political purposes. As Osun State clocks 31 years, another statesman, Honorable Doshola Adepo, said the state is moving but not up to the level of satisfaction targeted by those who struggled for its creation. Honorable Oladipo added that the state has the required wherewithal to be greater, which should be harmonized by not only the government but all the people of the state. He called on the government to make good use of the experiences of the stakeholders in the state, irrespective of any social, political, or ethnic inclination. He speaks further.
I still emphasize that Baba, late Atajo of Oshobo, Samuel Adele, started the agitation for Osun State as the chairman of the Osun Division, Osun leaders. Akitola was the secretary. Chief SL, late Chief SL Akitola was the secretary. That's what he had. Until the thing became a reality in 1954, on 1st of April 1954, Osun Division was created. And that is how we got our independence. There must be unity. There must be love. We have to be our brother's keeper. Some people have the talent. Some people have the time. Some people have the treasure. I call it the three T's. There must be leverage of people with time, with talent, and with treasure, so that we can move the state forward. So people with resources, they will not die with it. They will not, if they die, the thing will not go to. Let them create avenues whereby people can benefit from their treasure. Then people with time should not envy people with treasure. And people with talent should not envy people with time. It is the leverage of time, talent, and treasure that can make the state develop.
Meanwhile, Osun State Governor Mr. Adegboyega Oyetola has congratulated the citizens of the state on the occasion of the 31st anniversary of its creation. In a statement by its Chief Press Secretary Ismail Omipidon, the governor noted that having celebrated the 30th anniversary in a grand style last year, it is only reasonable for the government to make this year's celebration low-key, while paying tributes to the founding fathers of the state, including its predecessors in office, for laying what he called a solid foundation upon which successive administration have continued to be done. Governor Oyetola indicated that his government had kept faith with the vision of the founding fathers to sustainably build the state of virtues. He added that the administration's policies and programs are driven by citizens' needs, which were harvested during the thank you tour and town hall meetings, where the people presented their yearnings and aspirations to the government. He said the exercise was further validated by the United Kingdom Department for International Development's funded Citizens' Needs Assessment exercise in the state. It explained that the priority of the government should be tailored towards actualizing people's demands. In the meantime, the governor-elect of Osun State, Senator Ademola Adeleke, has also felicitated with the people of Osun State on the occasion of the 31st anniversary of its creation. Senator Adeleke also paid tribute to the founding fathers, saying their struggles and invaluable contributions culminated in the making of Osun State. He equally applauded previous leaders of the state, both military officers and civilians, pointing out that the cumulative outcome of their labor accounted for the successes recorded so far in the building of the state. Senator Adeleke promised to work for the further realization of the dreams of the founding fathers in the state. Political office holders have been encouraged to demonstrate the spirit of sportsmanship by venturing part of their huge monetary right to settle the hullabaloo between the federal government and the staff of universities. Our scholar Odabus, as our parent Dr. Olufemi Bilari, made a plea to Nigerians while speaking to newsmen after featuring in an OSBC program. Dr. Bilari, who described the proposal of paying additional 10,000 naira per student as superfluous, said education is in the concurrent list of the Constitution and should be the responsibility of the government.
Education is on concurrent list. It is the duty of the federal government to sponsor it. It is not to be purchased the way people are now saying we should do. We know how much the senators and those in House of Rep are collecting. I wonder why they cannot slash their salary just to augment all this wahala that is going on with ASU. So it is out of it at all to say the parents be contributing 10,000 again. Federal, look at it, as we just discussed, Abacha's loot, they've started paying it back to the federal government. Why can't they dip their hands into that and settle ASU once and for all?
The Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project has urged President Muhammadu Buhari to direct the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, to provide the organization with a copy of the agreement the federal government recently signed with the United States for the repatriation of $23 million stolen by the late General Sani Abacha. The United States government at last week signed an agreement with the federal government to repatriate the money to Nigeria. Serap Deputy Director Kolawole Oluwadare said by the combined reading of the Nigerian Constitution 1999 as amended, the Freedom of Information Act and the country's international obligations, there are transparency obligations imposed on the government to widely publish the agreement on the said looted fund. Serap said providing the organization with a copy of the agreement with the U.S. and publishing the agreement will allow Nigerians to scrutinize it and monitor the spending of the repatriated $3 million loot to ensure that the money is not mismanaged, diverted, or stolen again. The Nigerian Army says the 2 soldiers it dismissed from service were tried in the headquarters of 241 Risk Battalion, Unguru, Borno State, in connection with the murder of an Islamic cleric, Sheikh Goni Geshua Aisami in Yobe. The Director Army Public Relations Officer, Brigadier General Onyema Nwachukwu, in a statement today identified the 2 soldiers, Lance Corporal John Gabriel and Lance Corporal Adamu Gideon. Nwachukwu said the soldiers were dismissed after facing trial at headquarters 241 Risk Battalion, Unguru, having been indicted in a report of a board of inquiry set up to investigate the unfortunate incident. He said that both soldiers were charged and summarily tried for failure to perform military duties and conduct prejudice to service discipline. Army spokesman said that the two soldiers were found guilty and awarded reduction of rank from lance corporal to private and dismissed regiments. Nwachukwu also stated that the two dismissed soldiers will be officially handed over to the Nigeria Police UB Command in Damaturu for civil prosecution in the court of law. You're welcome to our sports segment. Coach Mufonodu men's the Tiger has bounced back from their defeat to Ivory Coast to record their third win of the on-game FIBA qualifiers. Omotayo Adibodon has more on the world of sports. His report is presented from our studio.
Nigeria's national men's basket team, the Tigers, will face a stern test against Angola in their final Group E game after outclassing Guinea 89-70 at the ongoing FIBA Basketball World Cup African qualifying window. Coach Mfonodu's men bounced back from their defeat to Ivory Coast to record their third win on the ongoing FIBA qualifiers after losing 78-66 defeat to Ivory Coast. The game saw an improved performance from the Tigers as they comfortably registered a victory at the City Arena in Abidjan. The win also boosted the team's chances of picking one of the 5 tickets set aside for African teams at the 2023 World Cup taking place from August 25 to September 10 in Japan, Indonesia, and in the Philippines. Also, Manchester United are close to agreeing a deal with Ajax for forward Anthony. United's latest offer is thought to be close to the 100 million. United's latest offer is thought to be close to the 100 million pound fee wanted by Ajax, a price which includes as Anthony was once again left out of the Ajax squad for today's game at Auschwitz as talks between the clubs continue. Personal terms are not thought to be a problem in this deal, which is expected to accelerate in the next 24 hours to 48 hours. However, there is still work to do on both sides, with Ajax boss Alfred Schroeder wanting to keep Anthony. United have been chasing the 22-year-old for several weeks and also saw a £67.9 million offer rebuffed by the club earlier this week.
Pakistan is appealing for further international assistance as floods devastate the country, leaving people searching for higher, drier ground. The National Disaster Management Authority says the death toll from the monsoon rains has reached 1,033, with around 19 killed in the previous 24 hours. The National Disaster Management Authority officials say the US, UK, United Arab Emirates, and others have contributed to a disaster appeal, but more funds are needed. Speaking to the newsmen, Interior Ministry official Salman Sufi said the country was desperate for international support. He said Pakistan has been grappling with economic issues, but now just when the nation was about to overcome them. Pakistan Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif said that 3 million people had been hit by the floods, about 15% of the country's population. We now go on our short break. Dateline reports proper will come your way. Please stay tuned. As Osun State celebrates its existence as a political entity for 31 years, OSBC takes a retrospective look at developments in the state for the years it had existed. Oluchi Amuda packages the report for Dateline.
It was a mixed joy when Osun State was created out of the old Oyo State in August 27, 1991, by the then military head of state, General Ibrahim Babangida, 31 years ago. It was a mixed joy because of the challenges of what many regarded as teething problems that often confront a new project. On another hand, the birth of Osun State elicited joy because it was a dream come true. The people had yearned for accelerated development. 31 years down the line, that singular act, creation of the state, has indeed revved up the pace of economic growth and development in the state. Taking a retrospective look at the state since its creation, it could be emphasized that the state has been blessed with administrators, civilians, and military whose aims were to develop the state and make it work shoulder high among committee of states in the federation. The state could be said to be a product of determination by its founding fathers who struggled and labored assiduously and conscientiously to achieve the creation of the state. All the past civilian governors and their military counterparts tried their best at various times in the history of the state to add their own quotas to its success story. Then Colonel Leo Shegun Ajiborisha was the first military administrator of Osun State. He was there from August 1991 to January 1992.
I am about to release the appointment of the team that will pilot all the administration of the new state. Therefore, the former acting Chief Judge of Oyo State, Honorable Mr. Justice Akin Abara, is now the acting Chief Judge of Osun State. The former commissioners in Oyo State, who are indigenes of Osun State, have now been redesignated assistant special advisors, and I have decided to assign them portfolios as follows. Mr. O.A. Otajolo will be the Attorney General, as well as being in charge of Justice Affairs. Chief Ademola Shadiwe, Finance. Dr. Oluwole Onowumi, Health. Mrs. Sirifatu A. Ajao, Agric, Commerce and Industry. Engineer E.A.A. Bamuboni, Information, Social Development, Youth and Sport. Lieutenant Colonel P.O. Odediro, retired, will be in charge of education. The Ministry of Works, Housing and Transport will be directly supervised by me as the military administrator.
Late Alhaji Isiaka Adetunji Adeleke was the first civilian governor of the state. He came into power on the platform of the Social Democratic Party, SDP, in January 1992 and left in November 1993. Then Colonel Abel Akale of Engineering Construction Regiment, Ede, stepped in as a stopgap administrator for 3 weeks between November and December 1993. Anthony Udofia, who was then a Navy commander, was the administrator from December 1993 to August 1996. Colonel Anthony Obi took over from Anthony Udofia on the 22nd of August 1996 and left in August 1998. Colonel Theophilus Bamiboye served after him from 1998 to 1999. Chief Adebisi Akande became the second civilian governor on the return of democratic governance in the state. He served from May 1999 to May 2003. Prince Olagunsoye Oyinlola succeeded Chief Bisi Akande and was the governor from May 2003 to November 2010. Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola was the governor of the state from November 2010 to November 2018. Incumbent Osun Governor Mr. Adegboyega Oyetola has not only fully sustained and built on the legacies of his predecessors, but is pulling resources, however hard it is, to surpass their achievements. He assumed office on the 27th of November 2018. OSBC News salutes the good intentions of Governor Oyetola and all past governors and military administrators for putting the state on a sound footing of growth and development. 31 years after its creation, Osun has justified its existence as it has developed its full potentials and leapt steps ahead of its peers. OSBC News appreciates the people of the state for always keeping up with the Omoluabi ethos synonymous with Osun. It believes that the greatest honor that could be bestowed on the founding fathers of the state is for all and sundry to join hands with government at all levels in effort to spread developmental projects to every nook and cranny of the states.
Thank you, Tayo and Oluchi. Now we move. Journalists are often regarded as the fourth estate of the realm. Reason for this is not far-fetched. They are fighters for enforcement of justice with the pen as their weapon, which is believed to be mightier than the sword. As journalists engage in brain-tasking and highly challenging venture, the job gives little or no time for members of the Nigerian Journalists OSBC Chapel who, out of their tight schedule, created time to celebrate their annual Pen Week. In this daily report, Omatayo Adibodun collates all activities marking this year's NUJ OSBC Pen Week.
Members of the Nigerian Union of Journalists OSBC Chapel gathered to celebrate a yearly Pen Week, which cut across various activities. The week-long activity began with the church service at the African Church Cathedral, Isale Jebu, Oshogbo. In his sermon, Venerable Clement Fayemi admonished all journalists to live up to expectation and avoid being biased in the course of discharging their duties.
My charge to you, OSBC newscaster, Nigeria is at the verge, I will not call it destruction, but Nigeria is at the verge of a stage to be oriented. Please, anywhere you cover our news, say the exact thing you see.
The service ended with thanksgiving from all members of the union. Activities resumed on Tuesday with the medical checkup organized in collaboration with Oshogbo Medical Center, tagged Health is Wealth, for members and staffs of OSBC. The Director General, OSBC Conglomerate, Mr. Rashid Folaromi, who led an array of other directors to the program, encouraged everyone to prioritize their health, adding that regular checkup will prevent unnecessary breakdown.
No doubt, health is wealth. And like this say, mens sana in corpore sano. Those lawyers will know what I've just said. Sound mind, a sound body. And that is the essence of all we are doing today.
While declaring the program open, the special advisor to Governor Oyetola on public health, Dr. Shijin Olamiju, who spoke through the Director of Public Health, Dr. Akim Bello, emphasized on the need for everyone to keep themselves healthy, adding that COVID-19 is still very much around and all necessary precautions must be taken to prevent its spread.
COVID-19 is still with us and it's not going anytime from now. But what can we do? The best we can do is just to protect ourselves, to prevent it.
During his lecture titled Health is Wealth, the Chief Medical Director of Oshogbo Central Hospital, Dr. Akindele Ajayi, highlighted some lifestyle modifications which can help live an healthy lifestyle. Dr. Ajayi added that regular exercise, balanced diet, taking enough water and rest, as well as avoiding alcoholism are some of the ways we can stay healthy.
As we all know, in community nutrition, no matter the father of a disease, the mother is malnutrition. So we should endeavor to eat well, to eat balanced diet, to drink enough water, to sleep well, to be involved in exercise. These are the ways we can prevent ourselves from unnecessary disease conditions, and these are the ways we can maintain our good health.
All members were thereafter attended to as blood sugar level, BP, and malaria tests were conducted. Thursday was set aside by the Union for Public Lecture and Award for distinguished personalities who have impacted lives with their selfless services to humanity. In a lecture delivered by Senator representing Osun Central Senatorial District, Senator Ajibola Bashir, titled The Place of Legislature in a Constitutional Democracy, Senator Bashir appreciated the NUJ OSBC chapel for its attempts to interrogate the constitutional democracy through the instrumentality of the topic. He explored the historical and empirical significance of democracy, likewise the role of journalists in Nigeria, as well as the constitutional democracy legislative power of representatives. That journalists are supposed to educate, mobilize, and sensitize members of the public, and also offer constructive criticism for those in power and provide solutions for development of our people. Earlier in his address of welcome, the Director General OSBC, Mr. Rashid Folaranmi, who was accompanied by other directors, lauded Governor Oyetola for his effort to make the state-owned media station stand out among its peers. He called on all members of the union to be professional, fair, and unbiased in their reportage.
And we appreciate Mr. Governor for what he has done and what he has been doing for us and what he has promised to do for us. I would only want to appeal to OSBC NUJ to continue to be professional. Keep being professional. It is safe to be professional.
In his royal remarks, the Olororuwo of Ororuwo Oba Kamaldeen Adeyanju urged members of the NUJ to keep up the good work and never lower their standard.
They should not forget the ethic of that profession. The report you want to give, try to be very, very objective. Don't be biased and don't be politically influenced because of one reason or the other.
Earlier in his remarks, the NUJ chairman in Osun State, Comrade Wasiu Ajadoshu, stated that Osun State chapter of the NUJ is the best in Nigeria because of the set of professionals they have and will do their best to keep it up. In the same vein, the OSBC NUJ chapel chairman, Comrade Nathaniel Oyegoke, appreciated the planning committee and commitment of our members and promised to uphold the ethics of journalism. Other speakers, which include the SA to Governor on Political Matters, Oluomo Sunday Akere, Senior Special Advisor to the Governor on Youth, Mr. Kehinde Ayantunji, who represented the Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Honorable Adebayo Adeleke, pledged continuous support for the progress of the union. The high point of the ceremony was the conferment of Award of Excellence on distinguished personalities, among whom were Mrs. Victoria Oyewusi, Alhaji Moshood Oladosu, Dr. Ajayi Akindele, Comrade Ismail Omekbidan, and Senator Ajibola Bashir. A posthumous award was presented to the family of late chairman, Comrade Tunde Adeyemo. The week-long event wrapped up with Jumat service at the Ansaruddin Mosque, Ede. The chief imam of Ansaruddin Ede, Sheikh Ibrahim Adekilekun, all journalists to be factual and be God-fearing in the course of discharging their duties. Commandant Osun Amatekun retired Brigadier General Bashir Adewembi welcomed the union to his residence in Nede. While speaking with the union, called on them to always have a balanced report. He assured that all the Amatekun Corps is working in collaboration with all security agencies to ensure that Osun State retains a status as one of the most peaceful states in Nigeria. The retired Brigadier General, who spoke in company of his elder brother, Mr. Lasisi Adewembi, pledged his continuous support for the union.
Tactics for NUJ is to make sure that you have a balanced report of whatever is happening. Don't take side with anybody. And before you report, please, I want you to conduct investigation to know the truth. Because whatever you say, people will believe you.
Similarly, the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Mr. Ismail Omekbidan, who treated the union members to a dinner, appreciated the effort of the union and assured of his unrelenting support at all times. In their separate remarks, the chairman NUJ OSBC, Comrade Nathaniel Oyegoke, and the chairman planning committee, Comrade Latif Adola, appreciated the host and assured that the members of the union will continue to work in the ambit of the law.
I want to commend the planning committee for the job well done. They did well from the beginning till the end of the program. And I will also commend the member of the ESCO of the NUJ OSBC Chapel, the members, the directors, our DG, the State ESCO, for standing with us from the beginning to the end of the program.
First chapel to have done that. We started with Sunday service. By Tuesday, we held a medical checkup, Castle of Osogbo Central Hospital. By Thursday, the grand finale, we had the lecture and the award. And by Friday, Juma service.
Omotayo Adebodun reporting for Dateline.
In Yoruba land, kings are so much respected and are seen as the representatives of God and exalted in the position of deities because of their monarchical duties to their subjects at large. Little wonder then why the people of Ipenido in Atakumosa East Local Government area of Osun State rolled out the drums to celebrate the installation of Tirimi of Ipenido Oba Isaiah Olusegun Adedeji, who ascended the throne of his forefathers. Our reporter, Oluchi Amuda, captures the celebration for the month.
It was a joyous moment for the people of Iperido in Atakumosa East Local Government area of Osun State as they came out in their numbers, the young and the old alike, to welcome their king, Oba Isaiah Olusegun Adedeji. The people of Iperido went into wild jubilation with singing and dancing when the monarch arrived in the town. The mammoth crowd accompanied him to the town hall where the installation ceremony was performed by the kingmakers. Speaking with Dateline, Oba Adedeji, who could not hide his joy, expressed appreciation to God for making the day a reality, just as he thanked the Osun State government under the leadership of Governor Adegboyega Oyetola for approving his appointment as the monarch of the town. Oba Adedeji, who stated that he was overwhelmed and humbled by the massive love and support he received from the people, called on the sons and daughters of Iperido, home and abroad, to join hands with him for the progress of the town. He admonished the people to remain united in love, adding that no meaningful development can be achieved in an environment full of rancor.
Firstly, thank you to Almighty God for today. We didn't expect it, but we thank God for the day. And I thank my people. I thank them all for their support in everything. They are loyal to me. Honestly, they are loyal, and I thank them very much. They want progress, and I'm very sure there will be a progress in social amenities, in many things, especially in education. That one is very, very important, to educate everyone. That's my own. I need their patience. They should be diligent. Yes, I need their patience. That is just it.
Some of the people who spoke in separate interviews with Dateline, including Prince Oluwasanjo Adedeji, Mr. Jibril Adegoke, Princess Adedeji, and the Secretary of the town, Mr. Isaac Komolafe, among others, expressed optimism that the town will witness unprecedented development during the reign of Oba Isaiah Olusegun Adedeji.
I'm very, very happy. In fact, today is one of my happiest days in life.
The town is very lucky to have him as a king. He's an entrepreneur of repute. He's well connected.
It's a great thing in the life of everyone in Penido. We have been battling with this kingship for the past 16 years. But we thank the Lord that our dream come to pass today. We pray that the tenure of this, our new king, will be a tremendous success in Jesus' name.
We're just happy. We're just happy and we're thankful to God. That's just it. Inú ìlú, inú ọmọdé ìlú, ọdún sí, inú àgbà ìlú, ọdún sí, inú ọkùnrin ìlú, ọdún sí. Bínú ni ọdẹ ṣe dùn sí yìí, bẹ́ẹ̀ ló ṣe adùn kalẹ̀.
The entire town prayed and wished him a peaceful reign. Tochi Amuda. For Dateline.
Long grain, Kabiyesi. And finally tonight on Dateline, did you know that monkeypox is a viral disease which is not only caused by monkeys but other rodents, due to the fact that animals also have a way of associating with one another? In this Dateline report of the week, Oluwatobiloba Odunuga looks into the causes, symptoms, and preventive measures of the monkeypox virus.
Monkeypox is a viral disease caused by infected animals such as monkeys, rats, squirrels, and other rodents, among others. The human monkeypox infection was first discovered in the Democratic Republic of Congo, where it is now considered to be endemic. The monkeypox virus is more common in rural rainforest areas of Central and West Africa. The monkeypox is milder than smallpox, which was eradicated globally in 1980 with fatality rate of 1%. Early symptoms of the monkeypox virus include fever with headaches, back pain, muscle aches, among others. Later on, a characteristic rash usually starts from the face and may spread to the palms and soles of the feet. Preventive measures include putting active cases in quarantine, avoiding infected animals, and washing of hands after caring for an infected person or touching any surface on which the virus is suspected to have been deposited. With the recent outbreak of monkeypox in Nigeria and some other parts of the world, the World Health Organization (WHO) recently declared a public health emergency of international concern over the global monkeypox outbreak. According to the WHO Director General, Dr. Ghebreyesus, more than 18,000 cases of monkeypox have been reported to the WHO from 17 countries, with more than 70% of cases reported from the European region and 25% from the region of the Americas, with 5 deaths. WHO Director General noted that the monkeypox outbreak can be stopped if countries, communities, and individuals inform themselves on the need to take preventive measures in curbing the spread of the monkeypox virus.
It is an outbreak that can be stopped if countries, communities, and individuals inform themselves, take the risks seriously, and take the steps needed to stop transmission and protect vulnerable groups. The best way to do that is to reduce the risk of exposure. That means making safe choices for yourself and others. Monkeypox can be spread in households through close contact between people, such as hugging and kissing, and on contaminated towels or bedding. WHO recommends target vaccination for those exposed to someone with monkeypox and for those at high risk of exposure, including health workers, some lab workers, and those with multiple sexual partners.
Since the re-emergence of the monkeypox virus in Nigeria in September 2017, the country has continued to record periodic cases of the disease from states across the country. Between September 2017 and April 2020, a total of 558 cases and 8 deaths were recorded from 22 states. Cumulatively, 490 cases with 133 confirmed cases and 357 suspected cases with 3 deaths of monkeypox were reported from 26 states in Nigeria since the beginning of 2022. According to Nigeria Center for Disease Control (NCDC) Director General Dr. Ifedayo Adetifa, the biggest challenge with the monkeypox outbreak is that there might be underreported cases of the virus in some parts of the country.
And what is described for monkeypox is that 1 in 9 or it's otherwise a mild disease that is associated with recovery, but in 1 out of 10 or 1 out of 9 cases, there might be severe illness, and this may lead to death. Monkeypox, again, is of particular interest because obviously it's a close relative of the smallpox virus, which was a really dangerous pathogen for populations in the world before it was eliminated by vaccination. So the same surveillance we have in place for other diseases is what we have for monkeypox.
Speaking on this development, Osun State Special Assistant to the Governor on Public Health, Dr. Shiji Olamiju, and the Director for Medical Services and Disease Control, Osun State Primary Health Care Board, Dr. Adewale Adevibe, maintained that monkeypox is transmitted from person to person through close contact with an infected person, adding that the virus transmits through respiratory droplets, which requires prolonged face-to-face or close contact with another individual. The duo noted that early symptoms include fever, headache, back pain, muscle ache, with rash which usually start from the face and later spread to other parts of the body.
If somebody has it, it is not like COVID that you contact within a short period of time. It is contacted from person to person or face-to-face through droplets, whether coughing or sneezing, with prolonged contact, not within seconds like COVID. It is as a result of prolonged contact, human to human, face to face, that we can contact. We will have headache, we will have general body weakness, muscle weakness, and we will have back pain. Back pain will always be there. And later it will progress to having, pebbles, vesicles on our face, on the scalp, rupturing like scalp. You understand, and spots, exudating spots on the body.
They have some palliative treatments. The person is having fever, you give paracetamol. If having pain, you give paracetamol. You give Bico. So that to limit the infection, and then you can use some creams, emollients to rub the skin so that they will not be breaking, not be having secondary infection.
They implore Nigerians, most especially the residents of the state of Osun and its environs, to report any suspected cases, affirming that the Osun State government will take necessary actions in curbing the spread of the virus. Oluwa Tobiloba Odunuga reporting for OSBC News.
That brings the curtains on this week's update on OSBC television. We thank you for watching. It was produced by Babatunde Bolatito with Temitok Abdulkari and Abdul ADPC as production assistants. I am Oluwatoyin Yusuf. Good night.
It's the Afrobeat singing competition, the Nigeria Star Search reality TV show, Season 1. As Africans, we create history. And as Kenny's Music, one of the pioneers of today's music, Afrobeat.
For all the good things you've done for Afrobeat,
I am truly humbled and again excited for being part of this priceless event.
When I hear Afrobeat, what comes to my mind is the joy of seeing Africans taking the center stage and setting the standard in the world music business.
Nigeria Star Search reality show is the first of its kind to show the world Nigeria Afrobeat talent.
Nigeria Star Search. Be the next to blow.
Please listen to this public service announcement. With the opening of the Nigerian Navy Recruitment Portal and commencement of online registration by eligible applicants across the country, the state government of Osun, under the leadership of Governor Adegboyega Oyetola, is hereby calling on all interested and eligible Osun State indigenes to make use of the recruitment opportunity by applying for the Nigerian Navy Basic Training School NNBTA's Batch 34 recruitment exercise. The free online registration has commenced and will come to a close on Saturday, September 17, 2022. All interested Osun State indigenes are therefore advised to register for the exercise online via www.joiningnigeriannavy.com on or before Saturday, September 17, 2022, in strict compliance with the registration guidelines provided by the Nigerian Navy. That ends the public service announcement signed by Prince Oluwole Oyebaniji, Secretary to the State Government, State of Osun.
Now listen, as from now on, your testimony
it shall be. Join me in praising God. I have seen His goodness. Join me in praising God. Hey, hey. I have seen His goodness. Everybody, join me in praising God. Hey, I have seen His goodness. Join me in praising God. I have seen His goodness. And me, what's your total lion? Àánú ni mo rí bá. Ó ṣòtútù láyé mi kò dáwọ́ mú.